Hi again, it's Alexis Jane, and you are here with you and money. This is also one of my favorite topics to talk about because you get to have fun and play. Money loves to play. Money loves gratitude. Money loves to be appreciated. But first of all, we need to understand what your money story is. What is your money story? How do you view money? How do you feel about money? How do you see money? And it doesn't matter where you are in your journey, it doesn't matter how much money that you have, there's always an element of understanding how money works and how you feel about money when it comes into your experience. And do you make it mean something about you when there's more money in your bank account? Do you make it mean something about you when there's no money in the bank account? And so for years, as soon as my bank account got down to zero or minus money, I made it mean something about me. And when I made it mean something about me, it meant that my business wasn't running, or I was a shit business owner, or all of these stories that actually no longer serve me and didn't serve me at the time. And understanding that money and you can be best friends, and allowing your energy to shift and change if there's more or less in your bank account is going to continue this up and down spike of your business. And with the hundreds of people that I've worked with over the years, that's been the biggest thing that I have witnessed and watched, is that when the money drops down in their bank account, they've made it mean something about them. They've made it mean, sorry, my ankles are really cold. They've made it mean that they are a bad person, or they don't know how to manage their money, or creating stories that really are not true. It's money's not in their bank account. So what? You get to create. So getting into an abundant mindset, getting into a place where you and money are always on great terms. And when you look in your bank account, are you seeing money as, say you have $10 in your bank account, but all your bills are paid? All bills are paid and you have $10 left in your bank account. Are you making that mean? What are you making that mean about you? I'm not even going to go in a story because there's no use to go in a story. What are you making that mean about you? So really sit and feel into what that looks like. And it doesn't even necessarily mean that there's $10. There could be, $100,000 in your bank account. You're like, oh, that's getting a little bit low. I need to fill that up. Or how did I get it? How did I allow myself to get to this point where I've only got $100,000 sitting in my bank account? There should be a lot more. I should be at $1 million. I should be doing this. When you're shooting all over yourself, that is really not a great place or a great energy to be in. So allowing yourself to tune into what it is that you truly deeply want in regards to how you want to show up for money. So first of all, you want to look at your money beliefs. Where did you get them from? Is it from your mum? Is it from your dad? Is it from your grandparents? Is it from your aunties? Is it from your uncles? Is it from friends? Is it from what you've seen on the news? What are your beliefs around money? What do you believe around money? Do you believe money is easy to come by? Do you believe that money is hard to come by? Do you believe that you have to work hard to receive money? Or do you believe that money flows into your experience when you're in non-resistance? Do you believe that you can just be sitting doing nothing and money flows in? Or do you believe that you have to be working and hustle for money to flow through into your experience? Or do you believe that you are like money can just drop in at any point, in any time, from anywhere, while you're doing anything? And so when you can get clear on what your money beliefs are and where they came from and what it is that you want to expand on. So for me, I grew up with my mum and dad. So my dad worked 7 days a week. My mum stayed at home and looked after our kids because that was the agreement that they wanted to work with. Mum went back to work, I think 18 years later. Actually, a lot longer than that. 20, I don't even know what the number is. Let's just go 24 years later after she had our first baby, her first baby, my older sister. And dad worked 7 days a week. And growing up, we were told that we didn't have a lot of money. Looking back and knowing the story now, there was an abundance of money. And there was an abundance of money flowing through into the business because my dad ended up buying a business. And there was a lot of money, but we were always told that we needed to tell Dad a different story. Mum didn't care how much money we spent. She understood money. She understood that we create anything that we want to be creating. And however, Dad would get really upset if we spent too much money on certain things, because Dad didn't know what the real world looked like, because all Dad did was work. And so Mum did all of the shopping and did all of the different things. And Dad got money given to him every single day, and that's all he had to look after. Well, he obviously looked after the finances in the business, but at the house, Mum looked after the finances. And so we were told that we didn't have a lot of money growing up. And in actual fact, we did have a lot of money, and there is a lot more money than we could ever have even imagined in regards to what my dad and Mum had created. However, there was this really deep sense of lack. And my grandfather, very, very wealthy, always bought old homes and had them as rentals and created this massive empire for himself, never did them up, and he never lived in a brand new home. That's all my nana ever wanted, was a brand new house. So you never know, A, what other people are going through and who has money and who doesn't have money. Second of all, what I have done is taken the good things that I want from Mum and Dad in the way that they did life and business. So you don't have to disregard all of the things. For me, Dad was a hard worker. He knew how to invested his money, did all the things. So they're the things that I'm taking from my dad. The things that I had to unlearn was the lack of money, the needing to work all of the time. I know that the less that I work, the less that hang on, let me articulate this a little bit differently. When I structure my weeks in a way where I get a lot of me time, I make so much more money because I'm in no resistance. There's no resistance there. So when you're in no resistance, you're having fun and you've done the work, because you can't win the lotto without buying a lotto ticket, right? So you have to do the work. There is actionable steps that happen, but it's the energy that you bring to those steps when you're doing it, and the energy that you're in when you're off having fun with people, while you're out at lunch, while you're out at dinner, while you're having fun, while you're laughing, if you're playing sport, whatever that looks like. When you're in the energy of disconnect, is it disconnect? Is that what I'm looking for? When you're disconnected from the outcome and you just trust that you're fully supported by the universe, everything starts to drop in. Everything starts to drop in. So we want to build a relationship with you and money. We want to build that relationship that you and money know that every time you spend money, you're in a prosperous energy, and you know that it's always coming back to you multiplied. Every time I spend, it comes back to me multiplied. Every time I spend, it comes back to me multiplied. Every time I spend. And you spend with happy energy. You spend with gratitude, because the more gratitude that you're in, and when you're spending happy money loves to be happy. Money loves to play. So send it off in its merry little way and say, go and play with all of your friends and come back to me multiplied and tell me your stories. You get to play in the energy of abundance. You get to play in the energy of fun and love and connection, and getting out of the 3D world and getting out of what the reality looks like, and start imagining and playing and getting into that childlike energy. Because children just look at their parents and go, I want blah. They have no idea what it costs. They have no idea what's going to, where the money has come from. They just know, I want this thing. Mum or dad's going to buy it for me, or nana or grandfather's going to buy it for me. The universe and God is our universal parent. So when you start playing in the energy of the universe always saying yes, God always saying yes, and you play in the, I want this, God, I want this universe, send me 10 grand. The universe goes, yeah, I will. You go, great. And you detach yourself from it. And when you detach yourself from it, and then you just get on doing your work, doing your part could be going off and going for a swim in the ocean. Your part could be going and having fun. Your part could be maybe going to bed because you need to have a sleep. And when you go to sleep, you stop all resistance. What is the thing that is your part? And the universe has its part, because there's always a higher source. There's always a higher energy. And when you tune in and connect to that higher energy, everything drops in and you're in an expansive energy. When you're in that expansive energy, all things start to drop in. All things are amazing and delicious and, oh, yummy. And you get to live this life of abundance and fun and prosperity and love and connection and non-resistance. So the more you detach yourself from the outcome, the more that you detach from the need and the desperation, and the more that you drop into patience and allow whatever it is that you want to drop in when it's supposed to drop in. Patience is a really, really amazing energy to practice. So really practice patience. So when you plant a seed, it has its own process and way of growing. So an oak tree, so an acorn turns into an oak tree. That's going to take longer to grow than a carrot. However, a carrot knows it's a carrot. An acorn knows it's an oak tree. With you, once you know who you are, you can bring the energies into you and you can start attracting to you. So when you put a seed into the ground, it draws in the nutrients that it needs to grow into the thing it needs to grow into. And this is where, when the clearer that you are, and the more every time because when you seed a seed, it has its own time to percolate and be nurtured and love and grow. And when you seed, you don't harvest in the same way when you see. So when you plant a seed, 10 minutes later, you don't go and go, has it grown yet? Has it grown yet? Why haven't you grown yet? Why haven't you grown? Why haven't you moved? You haven't done anything yet. It's been 10 minutes. Why hasn't it arrived here? The beautiful thing about being a human, and a beautiful thing about knowing and understanding the energetics of the universe and understanding the energetics of who you truly deeply are, is that when you ask, it can happen instantly. When you show up in the energy with non-resistance and you practice this and you make the decision that change happens when I decide change happens. Things happen faster than I ever thought possible. When I ask for what I want, I always get it. Every time I ask for what I want, I go out and get it. If I want something and I can't see it, I go and create it. When you start getting into that energy, things start to show up, opportunities start to show up, and you start to magnetically attracting things into your world faster than you ever thought possible. So when it comes to you and money, I really want you to sit down and have a conversation with money. Sit down with a journal, sit down with a pen and paper and go, hey, money, let's have a chat. Tell me all the things. Why don't you ever show up when I need you? Or thank you for showing up for me when I need you. What does that look like? What are you lying about money? What are your truths about money? What is it that what's your belief? What are the beliefs that you have to unlearn or let go of that are no longer yours? And as you go through this process of sitting down and having a conversation with money and sitting down and being real and honest with yourself, taking money out to lunch with a pen and paper and journaling it out and really getting true and honest with yourself about how you see money, how you see yourself, how you see the world, how you see your business, and how you believe that you attract money into your space, how you believe that how do you manage money? How do you spend money? Does money come in and you go, I spend it? Or do you go, oh, money's here. I can just allow it to sit in my bank account and I can love it and I can adore it and I can allow it to percolate and do all of the things. So as you move through this training, I really want you to sit with the energy of money, the energy of you and money, and what happens when you hear the word money? What happens when you hear the word you and money? What happens when you hear you are in a relationship with money and loving money and understanding and having a chat with money? Have a chat. Pull out all of the beliefs around money. Pull out all of the things that you believe about money. Then ask yourself, are these beliefs true? Is this a true representation of how I choose to look at money moving forward? I'm so excited to unpack this more fully in our live call. Have the most amazing day, and I will see you soon.